think we have struck gold with these sessions on Thursday morning. There's something special about Thursday morning, and what makes it special at 8:30 a.m. is that we have some phenomenal speakers, some interesting speakers, some dedicated speakers, and some informative speakers. And we're moving in that vein this morning with a young man who's a friend of mine, named Matt McKenna, who's the lead volunteer. He got another title, but I just call him that, for SCORE, which is the Service Corps of Retired Executives. And what I want Matt to do is to take his time and kind of give some background on SCORE and the functions and the activities and the initiatives. And then, tell a little bit more about himself. The only thing I'm going to say about him biographically is that he does a phenomenal job. And SCORE is having a dynamic impact on our community. And he's got kind of a twofold purpose this morning is to impart information about how SCORE mentors individuals, but also impart information about how there are volunteer opportunities for those of us who are in business and who have pretty good knowledge of business to kind of, join the organization so we can help somebody else. Being in business is a shoulder standing process. So, I mean, if in fact you're to the point where your shoulders are strong enough for somebody to stand on, then we're going to encourage you to become an intricate part of SCORE. I am a part, I have been a part, I have seen what they do, I'm impressed with what they do. And of course, I do mentoring all the time, but I'm more formally involved in trying to assist him in trying to attract other individuals to become a part of SCORE. So, Matt, tell us a little bit about yourself first, then delve into whatever your presentation is, and you can take your time.
Good, thank you. Good morning. Thanks for asking me to join here. Also, like to let you know we have Tommy Riggs, one of our other volunteers, is on as well. I asked Tommy to join just so he could uh, get to know the group a little bit. So I'm Matt McKenna. I'm from Macon. We've been around for a while. My small business heritage goes back to my great grandfather who came over to Macon in 1860 to to escape the famine and oppression over in Ireland. He came to Macon, Georgia, of all places, and wound up starting a grocery store down on Oak Street. So that's kind of my small business background, and very proud to be part of Macon. I got involved in SCORE because I just think there's so much opportunity in this community for people who want to start and grow small businesses. I had 30 something years experience in the corporate world and just wanted to give back. So that's why I'm doing it. So I've got a few slides here. Let me see if I can share those real quick. I'd be glad to send those around if that would make sense. If y'all can see this screen here. But I'll talk through it real quick. Can y'all see that?
Yes, we can.
All right, good. Okay. Yeah, so what we are, SCORE is been around since the 60s. There's about 10,000 volunteers in the U.S. It started out as the Service Corps of Retired Executives. We hate that name now because some of us are retired, but a lot of our volunteers are business folks like yourself. Tommy Ricks, for example, is a serial entrepreneur. He's Tom. I can't remember how many businesses Tommy's had over the years, but he's a volunteer. Many of our volunteers either work full time or have their own businesses. So I wish we could change the acronym, but we're kind of stuck with it. And so, our real mission is to foster vibrant small business communities. And what we do, who we are, is basically volunteers who are trying to help make sure that small business owners have got the resources they need. That doesn't mean we can do everything. We don't have to necessarily do everything. But what we try to do is mentor, coach, connect. just give you a sense of scale, we get 20 to 30 new clients. That's new clients every month since we started 2016. You can see how it's been growing over time. So every month, basically once a day, and some of you all may have been or are going to be clients of ours. Once a day we get somebody who contacts us because they want to start a business or have a business, and they just like some help. So since we started in 2016, we've mentored or coached over 1,400 individual clients, 1,400 individual people. We volunteered several thousand hours, educated a lot of folks in workshops. Our founder, Dr. Eureka Jones, started the Women's Entrepreneur Program. And last year we were credited with helping start over 50 businesses. Yes, sir. 50 businesses in Middle Georgia. And so now most of those are sole proprietor, but still, hopefully each one of those will grow over time and add more employees. One thing I think is important too is our volunteers do have a pretty strict code of ethics. So we're very clear that our volunteers are not there to solicit business for themselves, and they're also bound by confidentiality. So if you're interested in accessing SCORE resources, we will try to help you. We will keep information confidential. We won't try to sell you anything. And if we can't help you, we'll try to connect you up with somebody who can. We've been very fortunate in Middle Georgia. We have a lot of resource partners here. Most are free that can help folks with things like government contracting and things like that. So if we don't know how to do things, we'll try to connect you up with somebody who can. So if you're interested in accessing our free resources, again, it's free. Go to middlegeorgia.score.org, and there's two key things you can do there real quickly. One is we have a resource library, so that browse the library button on our website. We've got a lot of pre-recorded webinars, like on social media, marketing strategy, how to do a business plan, things like that. We've got recorded webinars, we've got articles, we've got blogs. So there's a lot of information in there that is over and above what you get just on the internet. You go out there and search. But if you go to our website, middlegeorgia.score.org, you can browse the library and look for information. We have a lot of good stuff in there. Also, if you're interested in talking to one of our mentors or coaches, just click on this Request a Mentor button. Basically, just fill out a one-page form. I think some of you may have done this already. And what we'll do is that'll go to our client intake coordinator, Kayla. So Kayla will contact you and confirm your request, and then she'll line you up with one of our mentors. And I would say that we use the word mentor and coach kind of interchangeably, because a lot of times what we're doing is really more coaching about business stuff. Sometimes it is a long-term mentoring relationship, but our goal is to meet people where they are. So some folks just need some help getting over a hump. Hey, I'm kind of stuck on my marketing plan or my business plan or my financials. Some people want and need an ongoing accountability partner, somebody that would talk to them regularly and just make sure they're moving along and helping out. So if you'd like to access our information, our resources, middlegeorgia.score.org. Also, as Alex said, we do need volunteers. If you look at our volunteer situation, we've got a great team of mentors, but we need a lot more. If you look at the graph here, I won't go into details, but basically anything above that green line means we're running over capacity. So any of y'all that are in business know if you're running 140% of capacity, you're going to burn out. It's going to be hard to keep up, sustain that. And that's kind of where we've been running the last few years, actually. And so we need to do more volunteers. The other challenge we have is we have a good group of volunteers, pretty diverse volunteers on the face of it, but because many of our volunteers work or have their own businesses, the people who spend the most time mentoring are people like me, white boomers. So 70% of our capacity for mentoring is white boomers, but 60% of our clients are African American. So we need to quote grow our mentor base, and we need to better reflect the community we service. Now, you're thinking, well, hey, I don't have time for that. It's really not that hard. If you've got any kind of business experience, a few hours a month makes a huge impact. We've got a ton of training and resources to help you. We've got a whole team here to help. So if you're interested in that, please don't think, well, this is too big of a leap, too much time for me. At least start the process, get in touch with us, and check it out. And we can kind of walk you through it and demystify it a little bit. And then if you're interested in volunteering, you can contact me or just go to the middlejordy.score.org and click on the volunteer button, fill out a little information, send it in, and we'll follow up with you. And then if you have any questions, follow up from here. It's matt.mckenna@scorevolunteer.org. If you can't find me or have any issues finding me, just contact Mr. Havisham, and he knows how to find me. So if you have any questions, any follow up, let me know. And I'll just shut up from here and just listen, see if anybody has any comments or questions.
I got a comment, man. Please emphasize that that volunteering is easy primarily because of the resources. Talk